Hello everyone, good evening. It is me, Ra. Actually, on this night, I will speaking time about learning language is the best hobby in the world. Why? So, why? There's no other endeavor. There's no other study or hobby where there's as much difference between knowing nothing and knowing a little. Of course, it is right. If you are interested in a brand surgery, there's very little difference between knowing nothing and knowing a little. If you want to fly or even maintain intercontinental jet aircrafts, there's very little difference between knowing nothing and knowing a little. But in learning language, if you learn one phrase, if you say to the cab driver was from Haiti, "Sapa say papa," you'll see the smile to the back of his head. In English, we have phrase to melt the ice or to melting the ice. That means is to get comfortable with somebody you just met. In English, melting the ice takes all day. In a foreign language, one phrase of a foreign language, one word sometimes can turn the ice into steam. So, for interpersonal connection, it cannot be beat. For cultural reason, academic reason, travel, and ideal hobby maybe, everybody has their own stories of how learning language helped them. Actually, I have read some books. Yeah, I have learned from the books. I mean, the title of the book is How to Learn Any Language in a Plus. In a Plus. And the author is Frederick Patenaude. Actually, he has a family because of it. Yeah, of course, he has learning. He has learned Norwegian, Danish, and Swedish. And then he met a Swedish woman. He married and had two children and a grandson. Oh wow, looks like I'm like stalker cause I know about that. Actually, to this day, I don't understand how many people are not totally excited about the idea of learning foreign language. Even when learning a foreign language becomes very important in the life of a person, it may be to like business, love, travel, or something like that. And yeah, I have friends, for example, who spend 6 months a year in a foreign country and still can't speak the language. At some point, that is said to be totally beyond my confession, but now I understand. People don't know how to learn a foreign language. It appears to them as complicated as climbing Mount Everest, when in fact it's the most natural thing in the world. And actually, I think that learning foreign language is an activity with a very high return on investment. Metaphorically speaking, here are some of the benefits I see in learning foreign language. And first, when it make you a real citizen of the world. You cannot understand a culture without understanding its language. How can someone pretend to understand the French culture even a little if they don't speak French? How can someone pretend to understand the American culture even a little if all they did was to travel in America with an interpreter? They wouldn't. And how can someone pretend to be a real citizen of the world if they understand only one language, one culture? I think it is really, really possible. Um, yeah, in my opinion, if you learn the language of the country where you're going to, yeah, even it's just the basic, like how are you? I'm fine, something like that. You'll have doors open for you, and she smiles you've never seen before. When you go to a foreign country and don't try to speak the language, it's like saying, I don't really care about you and your culture. I'm just coming over to enjoy your natural resources with the easy money I make back home. It doesn't matter if, I mean, I don't know it is true or not, but it is my opinion, just my opinion. And if you learn their language, you're saying, you like saying, hey, I'm interested in your culture. I have tremendous respect for it. And what you'll get in return is a fantastic value and understanding and human contact.